What's up? What's up? Here we are. We're live. We're live. We're live. Prestige worldwide, wide, wide. Here we are. Here we are again on my own. What's up? Queen Trip's in the house. She's the first one here. Grand Rising. Grand Rising, y'all. What's up, dude? How are we all doing in this? What's goody in the hoodie, bro? Dad's favorite critter. What's up, Cynthia? What's up, dude? Grand Rising, all of you beautiful humans. We got people on YouTube already. Melissa, what's up, dude? What's up, dude? What's happening, bro? Thank you for the subscription, bro. Let's go. Astro Strange subscribed for his 4th month. He's on a 4-month subscription streak. Let's go. What's up? What's up, Facebook? How are y'all doing today? What's going down? Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Oh, do I have a doozy for you today? Oh, do I have a doozy for you today? Yet again. Guess what? You want to know something fucking crazy, bro? I'm telling you, bro. So Tuesday, I said, hey, I'm not going to stream. I got some shit to do. They're like, oh, okay, cool. You got shit to do. Wednesday, so I'm not going to stream Wednesday. Wednesday, I got shit to do. And it didn't happen that way. And then it's like, oh, on Thursday, I'm not going to stream. It's like, fuck, okay, I don't know if I'm going to stream today because I'm waiting on this shit. This shit said it's been rescheduled till May fucking 27th. Fuck you. I need my shit. I need my shit, boy. Where you at? Who's here? Facebook, what's up, you beautiful humans? Thank you for joining me on this lovely Friday morning. I appreciate that more than you could ever know. If you could just drop where you're from Hungary. Oh my gosh, bro. It is USPS. Oh my gosh, you're in Hungary, dude? Prestige, worldwide, wide. Where else? Where's everybody else from? Where's everybody tuning in from today? Let's see here. We got 2 peeps on YouTube. Let's go, YouTube. We got Utah in the house. What's up, Utah? 2 years sober today. Happy dad birthday. Tuning in from Arizona. Another Utah. Jamie Dyers from Utah, bro. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? We got Utahs in the house, dude. I might as well do this now while everybody's just right here. All right, Facebook, check this out, player. Check this out, Facebook. I need you guys to do something for me. I just dropped the Discord link in the Twitch, but I'm also going to drop the Discord also in Facebook. We got a big community growing over here on Discord, bro. Tennessee's in the house. Let's go. I just dropped the Discord link in all of the chats, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Facebook, what's up, Michigan? Planet Earth, what's up, Nikita? Kat, Tyler, what's good? What's happening? You guys ready for today, bro? You guys ready for the 2-hour little streaming we got going on, dude? The 2-hour little streamer? Hell yeah. The England, UK, let's go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. While I'm sipping on me coffee, you know, there's nothing better. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it outright, bro, but there is no combination that beats coffee and cannabis. Just going to say it. Just putting it out there. Coffee and cannabis is just like, you know? Just take that. Oh. Just take a little drink. Grand Rising family. You're good, Giggles. Don't worry about it. You could just listen and lurk. Hell yeah. All right, you guys. Facebook, I need your help right now. If you're here on Facebook, Vancouver, British Columbia, let's go. Jody, what's up? If you're here on Facebook, Facebook is shadow banning me. If you don't know what that means that the algorithm is suppressing from people being able to see your stuff without outright removing your account. So if you're here on Facebook, can I just please ask, can you just drop your favorite emo in the chat? Hit the like button as many times as you can in the next 60 seconds. Ready, set, go. I ain't never represent, baby. I'll do no wrong. I just clean up good for you. Just kidding. You don't have to do it for a full minute. Team Human's in the house. Where's Team Human at? If you don't know what Team Human is, stick around, hang out, be here for a little while, and you're more than welcome to join the team, bro. Team Human, we're not a religious movement. We're not a political movement. We don't believe in any sort of spiritual ideology. We're just loyal to the species of humanity, and we just want planet Earth to thrive and all the humans, regardless of your skin color, creed, religion. We want all of you guys to just excel. You know what I'm saying? That's what Team Human is. There is no color, creed, nothing like that. You just got to be a good human, bro, and actually care about the children on planet Earth and realize that there's a satanic pedophilic cult at the top that's just rotting away up at the top, consuming our kids allegedly. You hear me? But oh boy, do I have a mindful message for you guys today. We're switching pace. We're not going to really switch pace, but we are going to kind of switch pace. You guys like my little flower bonnet? Just like fucking Baywatch. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Team Humans in the house. What's up, Stephanie? What's up, Kat? We do vibrate high here. You are right. What's up, Jody, Melissa? I appreciate you for being over on YouTube. We are Facebook. If you don't know, we are on YouTube and Twitch as well. YouTube is just Trip Over Drip, all one word. Same with it over here up on Twitch. We got 16 over on Facebook, 18 up over on Twitch. We got peeps up over on YouTube. I think we're ready to roll, bro. You guys ready to go? You guys ready to get into this? We've been chilling, waiting for everybody to show up. Everybody who's probably here is going to be here. Who everybody comes later, I love you. Thank you for even clicking on this video later. It truly means the world to me. You are just allowing me, by watching me talk, follow my dreams, and provide the most magical life I can for my family, to inevitably get enough money so I can buy a huge plot of land somewhere and then invite all of Team Human to come live there. Doesn't that sound so fucking dope, dude? That is the end goal, bro. That is the end goal. Is, to be honest, to get so many coins in this game, this matrix we live in, to where I can buy like tons of land and then use as much money as necessary to make that land its own little community, and then also use that money to get all of Team Human to the Team Human community. Woo! Shit, shit gets me fired up. You know what I'm saying? That's the end goal, bro. I hope to see you guys there. All right. You guys ready for this? Today's mindful message is something that we haven't really talked a lot about. But do you want to know one of the most underrated spiritual technologies on planet Earth? It's not crystals. It's not sage. It's not a $400 course that some spiritual guru on the internet is trying to sell you. It's houseplants. Yeah, like the plants in your house. I'm dead serious. Those quiet green beings in the corner of your living room are doing more for your energy, your nervous system, your spirit than half the things that you're doom scrolling past. And I want to talk about it. The first layer is the obvious one, right? Yeah, plants work with the air. They pull in carbon dioxide, release oxygen, and in some conditions, they can absorb volatile organic compounds like the benzene or the formaldehyde, that off gas from paint, cleaners, furniture, and all the normal stuff in our homes. NASA did those famous chamber studies showing that certain houseplants and their soul microbes can strip VOCs from sealed environments. Later reviews say that for pure air cleaning, you'll need a jungle's worth of plants to replace good ventilation, so don't expect one pothos to replace your HVAC system. But both points, they stand at one thing. A living plant is not a passive decoration. It's a little biochemical engine interacting with your air, your light, your humidity, and the microorganisms in your home every second. And that's just level 1. I need team humans in the comments or in the chat so we can get into level 2. Level 2 is houseplants affect your nervous system. I know, it sounds crazy. But studies after study have found that just having indoor plant in your house lowers your stress markers. It lowers cortisol. They lower blood pressure. They reduce sympathetic fight or flight activation. They induce calmer moods, less anxiety, and improved focus. All from house plants, bro. Holy shit, there's 55 people in here on Facebook. Say what's up if you're here, Facebook. There's research showing that interacting with plants, repotting, watering, touching soil can drop physiological stress within minutes. People in plant-filled spaces report better concentration, memory, and cognitive performance. Science language says improved cognition function and reduce negative emotions. Spiritual language says plants regulate your emotions and your aura. When your mind is scattered and your energy is buzzing all over the place, standing in front of a plant and mindfully tending to it acts like a grounding cord straight to the plant. Dang, we got 66 people on Facebook. If you're here, Facebook, please, can we break records today? Can everybody on Facebook please just smash the like button? I have 70 people in here. I've never had that many people in here. Thank you so much for being here. So when you stand in front of a plant and mindfully tend to it, you need to focus on slow rhythmic movements, soft visual focus of green and organic shapes, gentle tactical contact with the soil, the leaves, and the waters. That tells your body that we are not in threat right now. Let me say that again. When you pay attention to your plants, touch them, water them, love them, talk to them, you're literally telling your body that there is no threat around. And immediately your field will smooth out. Now, level 3 on why houseplants are important is where things start to get kind of mystical. If you like the mystical, you could just comment the word mystical or wizard, magic, magician, witch, whatever one you vibrate with. Houseplants are the anchor points for Earth's energy field in artificial spaces. That one's a banger. I know I got to repeat that again so everybody could hear it again. Houseplants are anchor points for Earth energy in artificial spaces. Because most of us are living in boxes of drywall and metal under synthetic light, surrounded by Wi-Fi, concrete, plastic, and screens. Dude, though, don't you know that your body is ancient? Your biology expects trees, soil, running water, and microbiomes. When you bring a plant into your environment, you're punching a tiny hole through the artificial grid. You're letting real, living Earth frequency bleed into your home. Indoor plants can literally change the indoor environment. Temperature, humidity, acoustics, the small aspects of air quality and comfort. But energetically, whew, do they do more. Houseplants, they hold a stable, non-reactive presence. They transmute some of the chaotic emotional charge into the room simply by being consistently alive and coherent. They remind your subconscious that you are still on a living planet, not trapped inside of a machine. If you're intuitive or a neurodivergent, then you already know this, but a room full of plants feels completely different. You don't have to believe in chakras to notice it. Your body knows. Now we're going to get into the spiritual aspect, and to be honest, I am a spiritual being. I talk about spirituality probably the most out of anything, and this is my favorite part. Houseplants are training wheels for sacred responsibility. You say you want to steward a new earth. So start by keeping a pothos alive. I'm not joking. Caring for a plant literally is a micro ritual for showing up consistently, reading subtle signals like droopy leaves, dry soil, or new growth, responding gently instead of reacting in panic, and witnessing the impact of what your attention does over time. Research on indoor gardening shows this caretaker role reduces depression, builds a sense of purpose, supports emotional grounding, and increases mindfulness. Spiritually, that's you learning to hold space for another life. That's you learning to hold space for another life form without control and without instant gratification. You can't rush a leaf to unfold. You can't hustle a root system into existence. You water it, you wait, and you adjust. That's Earth School in a nutshell, right? So let's go one layer deeper. Oh boy, are we getting deep into this, boy. Plants are living antennas. Biologically, they're doing photosynthesis, water regulation, and chemical exchange. Energetically, they're translating light into structure, environment into form, chaos into ordered growth. They literally are taking photons and turning them into leaves. That's alchemy, bro. When you share space with that process day after day, it reteaches your subconscious on how creation actually works. Slow. Cycle. It cycles. You have to be patient, responsive, not instant or algorithmic. You start syncing to plant time instead of notification time. And that shift alone is a miracle on your nervous system. Okay, so here's the practical side. If you want to maximize energy plus science, if you want to maximize science plus your energy, think plants that like a snake plant, okay? They're sturdy. They handle low light. They are linked with VOC absorption in lab studies. Or how about a peace lily that supports humidity, appears in air quality research, and it's visually calming? Or a spider plant, a pothos, or a rubber plant, repeatedly used in those NASA-style experiments and are loved for their low-maintenance resilience. And also another plant is the aloe vera. It's medicinal. It's a succulent. Visually, it's protective in a space. But honestly, the best plant is the one that you actually connect with and care for. Because the biggest cleansing effect isn't on just toxin removal through the air. It's this. When you stand barefoot on your floor with one hand on your heart and the other gently in the plant leaves, and then you breathe with the plant for 60 seconds, you're literally regulating your nervous system, relinking your field to planet Earth, showing your subconscious that you're capable of nurturing life, and quietly reclaiming your home as a living space, not just a storage unit for a stressed human. I'm telling you right now, this is your call to action. Go get a house plant. Because if your house feels stale, heavy, or spiritually dusted, yeah, you can burn incense. You can also play sacred frequencies. But you could also get a plant. You can name it, talk to it, learn its moods, let it mirror yours. Because every new leaf is a receipt, proof that your presence, your care, your attention actually changed reality. And that realization, sitting in a room full of quietly breathing, growing beings that you've tended to, might be the most powerful energetic cleanse that you could ever have. And you can do this today. I love you. Dang, that was a good one. Can we get Team Human in the chat? That was a banger. I don't mean to toot my own horn necessarily, but that shit was gas. You guys didn't know I was bringing in the house plants, homie. You didn't know I was going to say, go get your plant today. Because I think I'll see you on Twitch too, Monica. We are Facebook. We are over here on Twitch, and we are up over here on YouTube. Did we get anybody to join the Discord when I dropped that? No, nobody joined the Discord yet, bro. I'm dropping the Discord link again, boy. If you're on Facebook, bro, you're gonna want to come over to our Discord channel, bro. It's us all the time, chilling, hanging out, talking. What do we got on YouTube over here? We got Monica up over there, or Melissa. Sorry about that, Melissa. We got Melissa on YouTube. Okay, we've got the 17 Team Human on Lacey, Lulu, Pretty Ricky, Queen Trip is in the house, Giggles, Tasha, Porter, Apple Juice, Sunny Days. I see you, Monica. Britt, what's up? What's going down? Koi Fish, I see you. Let's go, Amber, Tasha, David, Christy, Jose, Julian, Sarah, Courtney, Toby, Ashley. What's up? What's up? Who's here? Say what's up. What's up, Redwood? Redwood's the homie, bro. Me and old Redwood were in the clank together, bro. Back in 2018, we were up into jail, boy, and then went to prison together, dude. I'm glad to see you're doing well, bro. Good, Redwood. I want you to know I love you, player. You can do hard things, and I just appreciate you even showing up in the multiple days that you've been here, player. I appreciate that. Cause oh boy, do we got some shit to get up into. Dang. What's up, Dorian? What's up, dude? What's up? We got 20 peeps down. Did you guys know? If you're on Facebook, can you guys just smash the like button a whole bunch of times, please? Dude, we just had Nina, the Santa Maria. Boats and hoes. Sorry, Step Brothers is my favorite movie. What's up, guys? Dude, I had 72 people, bro, on Facebook, bro. That's the most I've ever had on a live stream ever. It was only for a few moments. Bro. So question is, who here that just heard the little mindful message either is already on that tip and has a house full of plants already? Maybe you know what? Just because for this, I'm going to go buy another house plant this weekend. We're going to go buy some more house plants, and I'm going to post them in the Discord. I dropped the Discord in the chat. That's it right now. You're right. We got to have it. It just is a thing, bro. We are right now going to create a channel. It's all about houseplants. Because we got to show off these beautiful things. You know what I'm saying? These beautiful living creatures we have in our house. Right there. There it is. There it is, boy. The new Discord chat. It's all about houseplants. I'm going to be dropping pictures of my houseplants today in the Discord. I hope to see you guys there. I hope to see you guys there. We got so many chats over here, bro. We be chatting it up, dude. What's up, Glitched? I see you in here. Thanks for joining the Discord, Glitched. What's up, dude? Fuck yeah, bro. I'm just so happy, bro. I'm just so happy. I just love my life. And with the love of my life, let me just bring you in real close like this. Boy. Life really is what you make it, bro. I sit here day in and day out and try my best to always just have a positive outlook and always see the silver lining. And honestly, just learn to let go, because I know that the universe I'm highly favored by the universe. I say that out loud a lot. Another little affirmation I say to myself that potentially if you wanted to say it, you could too. It's quite simple. These affirmations literally change the reality around you. But one of them is, I say that everything I need comes to me with speed. As far as the eye can see, abundance finds its way to me as quickly as can be. Banger. Get some third eyes for that banger. But yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, the whole point of reality is to be able to transmute the difficult times into real life and still be able to just love this experience and still want to get up every morning and still want to just do the things that you're doing, you know? I struggle sometimes, bro. I have anger problems. Yeah, me. I have anger problems, bro. I get angry way too quickly. And then because I'm slightly autistic, when I get my emotions get super elevated, it affects me for a long time. It's like something that just like holds me down for days and days, bro. Like sometimes some things can make me mad and it will ruin my whole day. Not ruin it. I can't say ruin because ruin means that it's not good, but it will consume me every day, bro. It will consume me, and I'm really trying to just stay grounded and do the things to get my mental health and my physical health online. Bro, I lost fucking 15 pounds already since I started exercising, bro. I've been heavy and out of shape for a long time, bro. And just over the last few weeks, we just really started hammering in the health. Stopped eating shitty food. Stop eating shit that's not good for you. Drinking water, exercising. I do think, dead ass, if I'm being 100% honest with you, bro, I do think 100% that your physical health directly impacts your mental health's capacity to transmute pain into gifts. If you're not physically healthy, the things in your body aren't firing like they're supposed to be firing. Your transmuter is probably clogged up, bro. You just won't be able to transmute all this evil and negativity inside, outside, alchemize it, and then push out the positivity, bro. Health is wealth. I love my life and I want to live for literally as long as I possibly can. And it's for far too long. I put my health off, really, my physical health. Sometimes I just like only be working on my mental health while my physical health has been neglected, or I only work on my spiritual health and then my mental health gets neglected. That's the whole point of being human, bro, is that we're all collectively supposed to be, and uniquely solo, trying to figure out this thing called life and just realize that life is beautiful. And life is literally what you make it. And your attention and your consciousness and observation is so fucking powerful that it doesn't matter whether you tell yourself that you can do something or you can't do something. Either one you choose, you will be right. You heard me?
Welcome in,
You heard me? It doesn't matter. You just have to just keep going, keep grinding. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's another day. Broski, broski, broski. Broski, dang, we're getting some peeps up in the Discord. Let's go, bro. Discord, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit of this. I'm just going to go grab some more Boff and Toff and Skofilovsky. Alrighty. I won't be back. I won't take too long, so I'm just going to play something to have it be playing while we're just chilling for a few minutes. I'm going to go.
He says, well,
whoa. I'm going to go use the bathroom. You know what time it is. Unfortunately, when I go to the bathroom, we're going to talk about political and relevant real-time information. Thomas Massey did lose to his seat in Congress to someone who AIPAC gave $32 million to. So literally a foreign nation paid for a seat in Congress. That's my opinion. You are entitled to whatever opinion you believe. I will be right back. Let's just have you check this out.
Republican Jewish Coalition. So Massey says, well, it's AIPAC, Republican Jewish Coalition. They're the ones opposing me. It's not a groundswell of support from within the district for my opponent, Ed, whatever his name is, Gallrin or Gallrein. No one even knows how to pronounce his name. He's not is he a real person? I don't know. His only real meaningful campaign pledge is to bring back the draft. The draft? How many people are in support of a draft? How many people of draft age are in support of a draft? None. Why would you want a draft? Do the Joint Chiefs want a draft? Would it make the military better if we had a draft? Why would we have a draft? When entire wars are fought with drones, do we need a draft? Ed Gallrin or Gallrein or whatever this composite figure is calling himself wants a draft. Can you think of a more totalitarian and less popular position for any person running for office to take?
No, I can't. I cannot. Thank you for the bits. Thank you. It is all bullshit. We're here. We're done. But he didn't. Ooh, I'm going to cover this up real fast. I wanted to talk about this. This happened yesterday. This was posted everywhere. I don't know if you've seen all of this, but he had mentioned, is this guy even real? Like, who is this guy? I don't even know his name, blah, 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 blah. The only policy he was standing on was wanting to bring back the draft, which basically is just forcing kids to go die in war. But check this fucking shit out, boy. This shit is crazy. This is an admiral, Admiral Robert Harward, okay? Both clips are unedited. The interview from 5/18 and yesterday 5/21. This shit is fucking weird. Smeared. First and foremost, I just want to point out to you, you can clearly obviously see the line on the mask.
Oh, but again, their interests are at play here, but so are European interests, the rest of the Gulf nations, and so far, every time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows.
Weird. Did you guys see the mask? We could just go down here in the comments, and you can just very visibly see the line on the mask. It's crazy, bro. Someone literally put a mask on of him and tried to go on the fucking news, bro. This is an admiral, bro. An admiral in the fucking army, bro. An admiral. Sorry. Literally has a fucking mask. I would like to just assume that the person under here potentially and allegedly is a reptile. Can you vibrate with that? Why would he need a mask if it wasn't a reptilian? You might ask. Oh, they are walking among us, allegedly, and probably have infiltrated our fucking politicians and our politics, and that's why they're eating the kids. Oh, yeah, this is some fucking weird Chinese one I wanted to show you guys. This is some weird Chinese profile. Oh my gosh, Giggles, thank you for the gifted subs. Let's go. She just gifted 10 subs. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Hell yeah, we're on Twitch. Let's go, dude. Okay, I knew it. This is what the post says, right? I knew it. America might be recovering crashed UFOs and aliens after all. Just the other day, quantum physicist Hal Puthoff revealed that the government has recovered 4 types of aliens, and this video might back that up. It was released in 2017, and the footage is said to have been filmed at the Roswell incident site. You can see a mysterious creature that looks like a gray being carried on a stretcher. The source of this leak and details are unknown, and it was called fake, but looking at the most recent disclosures, it wouldn't be weird if it's real, right? They told us that didn't they say that? Didn't they say that aliens were real? Wait a second. I'm pretty fucking sure, boy. I'm pretty sure, dude. We're gonna just go and take a little recap. Oh, yeah.
The UFO files a few weeks back, and we just found out over 1 billion people have visited the site. 1 billion. It's got to be a record. The War Department says more files will be released soon. UFO experts and top researchers have been investigating aliens for years. Their sources say
Bro. Oh, Giggles, 5 more subs. You just gifted 5 more subs. Thank you, Giggles, dude. Thank you so much. Woo, shit. Imagine fucking Billy Joe in fucking Louisiana who's been watching Fox News and just is like just way fucking just programmed, bro. Imagine on an old Thursday evening, he's about to sit down to a steak dinner that his wife cooked for him because he been out on the farm all day, and he just wanted to come down and watch the tube and just listen to what his show's got to say. And then all of a sudden, Jesse Waters from Fox News fucking pulls this up.
Dozens of crashed UFOs have been recovered and released soon. UFO experts and top researchers have been investigating aliens for years. Their sources say dozens of crashed UFOs have been recovered, and what they found inside, shocking.
Darlene, get over here. Come see what's on the TV.
Do people think that there's one type of non-human intelligence that's visiting the Earth, or is there many types?
People who have been involved in recoveries have said
there are at least four separate types.
They said there's 4 types of aliens, Darlene. I knew I seen that UFO that one night.
Now, I have not had direct access to that, but I believe the people who I talked to.
4 different types of life.
4 different types of life.
This is on Fox News. How many motherfuckers out there you think had a heart attack? You know what I'm saying? Dadgummit, I knew that was a UFO I saw down over there by the trailer down there in the corner. I knew it was a UFO, Darlene. I said it 7 times. Jesse Waters on the TV just said the aliens are real. Fucking crazy, huh? No, you just sorry, I just go off on my little cameos I be doing, you know what I'm saying? Where I just like energetically just like take the form of Billy Joe in Louisiana. You heard me? You better come back now, you hear? So, look at this video though. We're gonna watch this thing. 38 seconds long. Now, I mean, Pretty Ricky, thank you for the fucking bits. Hell yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Aliens, what's up, Collective Souls? I see you, player. Thanks for jumping up in here, homie. Anybody who is on Facebook, go check out Collective Souls. They're in the chat right now. If you want to just click their profile name, go give them a follow. I'll be telling you what, a lot of these memes I'll be posting on my Facebook, maybe not a lot, but some, they be coming from Collective Souls page. He be on the same tip. Go check him out. Love you, bro. But let's check this fucking video out, bro, because I dead ass think Apple Juice, thank you for the bits. Woo, shit, boy. Hell yeah, we on a hype train over here, homie. We're 71% of the way through, homie. Dang. Let's go. Okay, let's watch this fucking video, bro. Has no sound. Okay, so for one, if we're gonna dissect this video now that Jesse Waters on Fox News says that they're aliens, we got to take these alien videos or these leaked videos. We have to like kind of take them with a grain of salt now, right? Because the government, everything the government says is true, right? But this looks like, if I'm being honest with you, this looks similar to footage that they're trying of like World War II, where they're trying to make you feel bad about the things that happened in World War II, about those that specific group of people who were targeted in World War II. This just seems right off rip. If I'm looking at this, it looks similar to the photography type shit that is on, right? If you've watched clips of like wars and stuff from back then that they show, it looks very similar. So I'm going to say right off rip, this looks like actual footage. And now that Jesse Waters on the news says that aliens are real, I could believe that this might actually be real. Thank you for subbing, Koi Fish. Thank you for the sub. Okay. Can you clearly see the alien, bro, on the fucking thing, bro? On the gurney, you can see it. Get close. Let me see them fucking black soulless eyes. Oh, yeah, that's an alien, bro. That's an alien, bro. That's dead ass an alien, bro. That's an alien, bro. That's a Roswell alien, bro. We might be watching the only footage there was of that shit, bro. You tell me, bro. I think that's an alien, bro. You got to decide, though. You can't just take my word for it. You got to decide, though. You tell me, is that an alien, bro? Amber Sparks, welcome in. What's up, Amber Sparks? Let's go. I earned the hype chest. Let's see what the reward is. Let's go. We got another emo. Let's go. Let's go, Amber Sparks. We have always been here. You're right. For all of time, we have been here. Why do you think all ancient cultures talk about people coming from the skies, bro? Living in the earths. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. I think it was a follow. I'm pretty sure it was a follow, not a subscription. It was a follow, dude. Amber Sparks followed me. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Team Human in the house. It looks like a naked Joe Biden, Apple Juice says. For real, huh? What a disgusting image that just came to my mind. Why would you do that to me, Apple Juice? Ugh. Okay, this is a video I wanted to go over to.
What percent of our atmosphere is CO2? What percent of our atmosphere is CO2?
Repeat that question.
What percent of our atmosphere is CO2, carbon dioxide?
About 5%.
Fine.
I'll just follow you.
I'll see their 5 and suggest that we know that transportation causes 49% of CO2.
Okay, so let's just pause right here for a second. Let's just take a look at what we're looking at. This is in some sort of congressional judicial type setting, right? Obviously, the people that are sitting there are talking to the government officials. They're being asked questions, etc. And right off of the rip, I gathered just by looking at this that this conversation is about climate change. These individuals are sitting here trying to talk to Congress or whoever they're talking to in the government about climate change. And he literally asked them, like, what percentage of our atmosphere is CO2? And none of them could give an answer. Isn't that fucking kind of interesting? They're like, I'll guess 7%, maybe 5%. Like, you're literally trying to come up here and tell everyone that we need to reduce our CO2 and our carbon footprint because it needs to save the planet. And you don't even know how much CO2 is in our atmosphere.
So that's why we're all working on. I'll see their 5 and suggest that we know that transportation causes 49% of CO2. So that's why we're all working on energy transition.
That's why we're all working on brainwashing everyone that they need to worry about the climate.
Right. So what number do you think it is?
5.
5. Do you have one, Mr. Boyd?
So we got a 5, 7, 8. I'm gonna hit the high end.
The answer is 0.04%.
So they were all completely way off based. Now, the question is, wouldn't you assume that those individuals who are being asked what percentage of our atmosphere is CO2, that those would be the same individuals that would be labeled as experts that go onto the news to tell you and lecture you about your carbon footprint? You know what I'm saying? It seems as if they just whip out these experts or the scientists or the professors or the doctors whenever they're needed to come up on the news to tell you that what you're doing is wrong and you need to comply. Who resonates with that? I mean, it definitely happened so much during COVID. Come on, bro. We just have to establish this. If you're going to watch my channel, can we just all agree that Dr. Fauci is a war criminal and should be publicly executed for what he did during COVID and the whole entire planet? I'm just going to say it. If you can't say it, I'm going to say it. Dr. Fauci is a war criminal and should be executed on TV in front of the whole world, because what he did and what he was a part of literally, potentially, and allegedly orchestrated the entire COVID pandemic so that we could pump you full of vaccines, do a psychological society test to see how compliant everybody was, see if we could force them into their homes, see if we can make them wear masks and walk around not being able to energetically read any human's emotion because the part of where the mask is literally cuts off emotion. Imagine what happened to that generation of kids that walked around in a reality where they saw no emotion. How were they supposed to learn how to be human, especially let's say 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds getting ready to go to kindergarten, and the whole world is masked up, and they have a tremendous time that's difficult, a tremendously difficult time learning how, like, human behavior and human emotion and how people interact and seeing people smile. Like, do you not realize that how big of an impact that probably had on the literal whole entire planet, not just being able to see other people smile, bro? Team Human in the chat. Fuck you, Dr. Fauci.
Not 1%, not 0.5%, 0.04%. It's gone up from 0.03 over the last couple decades. This is what we're being all contorted into doing, is this tiny change in CO2. If we get below 0.02, plant life starts dying off.
So doesn't that seem just a little bit more dystopian if you just kind of put that lens on it? I mean, if they're trying to transition everybody into slavery and have AI robots take over and do everything that the humans do so that they can still live at the top of the pyramid, right? Or however you want to describe it. Wouldn't it make also a sense that if you wanted to herd or cattle the humans into slavery, not through chains, but through sedation and apathy, that if all of the plants started to die off, well, then eventually all the humans would start to die off too. And all the animals. Literally everything. And guess what? Maybe if the elites figure out how to make themselves like half robots, they won't necessarily need to rely on oxygen so that it won't affect them. There's a hot take. The elites want to turn themselves into cyborgs so that they can live on planet Earth without any of us after they attempt their great reset. Just like the flood, but in a different context. Here's one I wanted to talk about, bro. We have already won. They're not gonna win. They have already won. You are right. Fear is a weapon. That's how they keep you disconnected from source. In the Christian Bible, whether you believe it or not, whether you're a religious person or you believe in Jesus or you've ever read in the Bible, Jesus is one of the most impactful and profound individuals that ever walked this planet. He is the number one conspiracy. But the thing that says the most in the whole entire Bible, and it actually says it 365 days so you could read it every single day that you are alive, is do not be afraid. Have no fear. We can't live in fear. Bravery inspires bravery. Y'all remember? Now we can get it. We can get up in. We can get it back up over in here. Up over in here. Up over in here. Kobe Bryant won a significant settlement against a pharmaceutical company, and then he tragically died in a helicopter crash 3 weeks later. Kyle Busch won an $8.5 million settlement against a major insurance company, and then he tragically died unexpected from an illness weeks later. Weird. Wow, that's weird. I don't know if this is true, but it says, remember George Zinn, the man that was arrested at Charlie Kirk's assassination, was mentioned in a CBS clip from 2013 about attending Kobe Bryant's trial? What the fuck? George Zinn was involved in fucking Kobe Bryant's death, bro? Someone said, Grok, did Kobe Bryant win a case against a pharmaceutical company? Yeah, Kobe Bryant, through Kobe Inc., filed a trademark opposition against high-tech pharmaceuticals in 2017. They were selling a pre-workout supplement called Black Mamba, which clashed with his Black Mamba name. I also heard that potentially this supplement had illegal substances in it to make you addicted. Crazy. I feel Kobe Bryant was one of the greatest basketball players to ever walk the planet, bro. Not only that, he was just a good man. R.I.P. Kobe. We love you. Oh yeah, I wanted to get a little. I wanted to get a little bit of Alex Jones. Yes, we did. Collective, we talked about that earlier. Like the very first clip on X I showed was admirable. That I can't even say that. Not admirable. It's admiral. The admiral that was on the news, and you could literally see the mask over his neck. We definitely have all acknowledged that it's probably a reptile, bro. It's probably a reptile. Or maybe it was the same person that wore the Joe Biden mask. I don't know. But here's some of Alex Jones's predictions in 1998 or 1996. Alex might be a plant. Alex might be in opposition. Alex might be part of the programming. But you can't take and deny the things that he said in 1996. They're probably resonating right now. Let's listen to what he says, and then we can just decide if it resonates.
I'm Alex Jones, and I'm your host on Exposing Mass Media. Understand that your money supply, your government is paying interest to private banks for bills that should be free of interest to you. I need monetary control. I need cameras on the corner. I need thumb scans at the post office and at the driver's license, which they're doing now. I mean the banks. I mean all this. Controlling your life. I need bigger and bigger police forces with more and more authoritarian policies. All they want is government up for peanuts and to control our monetary system.
All I can say right now for what he's saying is he looks high as fuck on meth, bro. You see how dark his pupils are, bro? I'm just saying, he looks super high, or it's like the reptile underneath. I don't know. But he looks high on meth. Look how big his pupils are, bro. Either he just fucking ate a whole bunch of ecstasy and he's like making videos, or he's definitely high on meth, bro.
So understand, folks, this is why I never hear about this in the mainstream press, because they're owned and controlled by these mass bank conglomerates.
Which mass bank conglomerates? The Rothschilds?
That want nothing less than total slavery. All we want is for you to be a free American and not to have to kneel on bended knee to the elites that are consistently more and more buying up this country and controlling it. I'm Alex Jones.
More and more buying up this country and controlling it, they say, huh? Well, let's just take a gander. How many acres of farmland in the state of Utah are owned by China?
From the most recent available data, Chinese investors and companies own roughly 34,000 to 37,000 acres of farmland in Utah. These numbers.
Why the fuck does China fucking own farmland in my home state, bro? Why the fuck are all the farms that they own the land for all next to our military bases, bro? How come China can't fucking, you know what I'm saying? How can fucking China literally come into our country and just buy land? Like, I understand, sure, obviously there's loopholes. There's obviously loopholes through fucking legal things and all this and all that, but it just seems really weird how a fucking country that our fucking government is telling us is our number one enemy. It's always been the enemies are Iran, China, and Russia. That's what it's been my whole fucking life, except for when they lied to us about the weapons of mass destruction and went into Iraq so that they could fucking raid the tomb of Gilgamesh. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Gilgamesh. You know about Gilgamesh. Who knows about Gilgamesh? Wait, what? P-Wiz, you ain't heard about that, boy? You ain't heard about that, boy? All right, let's just, like I said, I've been talking about AI data centers, and the AI data centers I'm dead ass are like, I'm super fucking pissed off about. And then you might be telling yourself like, oh, you're so mad about these AI data centers, but you still use like AI chatbots. Yeah, because the AI chatbot stuff, we've already everyone on the planet who uses AI is going to use it for the chatbots, right? You think they're building more fucking data centers so that we can talk to chatbots, bro? No, they're building more data centers so that they can track literally every fucking thing you do. Everything, every scent you ever smell, they're going to know about it. Every piece of food you eat, everywhere you go, everyone you hang out with. And the reason they need these huge data centers allegedly is because you're going to have a whole entire computer server in that room that's literally just to compute your data, and it's going to compile all of the data that is available, whether it's on your device, whether it's on the CCTV, whether it's on the fucking apps you use. They're going to, that whole server that's going to be designated to you specifically is just going to process your data all the time so that they can basically track you and predict what you would do in the future. Just like fucking, what's that movie? What's that Tom Cruise movie where they have like the oracles? It's fucking, I know what you're talking about, bro. Minority Report. That's what it is. Woo, you know what I'm saying? Where they have like the oracles that like sit there, and they like the oracles sitting there and they fucking tell people like, oh, this guy's about to go commit this crime, and they go arrest him before he commits the crime because their AI or their surveillance system knows exactly what you're about to do. Allegedly. All right, Perplexity, we're going to play a little game. This is just going to be another little think tank. I'm going to throw out some ideas of some things and just some really crazy conspiracies that I have heard on the internet. I don't believe them, but I just want to get some information about like what the actual conspiracy is, because you can never really trust everything you see on the internet, right?
Absolutely. I'm here to help you explore these ideas critically. Feel free to toss out the first conspiracy theory you're curious about, and I'll look up what people are saying so we can separate the facts from the speculation.
Okay, but then we also want to give all the information about the actual conspiracy. I want to know about the conspiracy, not necessarily what actually factually happened.
Got it. You want to hear what the conspiracy claims are? Then we can also talk through what we actually know.
First, can you just explain to me who Gilgamesh is?
Gilgamesh is a legendary figure from ancient Mesopotamia, often considered semi-mythical. According to ancient texts like the Epic of Gilgamesh, he was a king of the Sumerian city of Uruk, possibly around 2700 BCE. In these stories, he's described as 2/3 divine and 1/3 human, renowned for feats like battling monsters and seeking immortality after the death of his friend Enkidu. Historically, there's no definitive proof he existed, though he may have been inspired by a real king whose deeds became legendary.
Okay, so the conspiracy that I'm wanting to ask you about is that being an American and experiencing the tragic event that happened on September 11th, 2001, which was then followed by a war in the Middle East from America, we've heard all sorts of crazy conspiracies about the motive or why that even happened, whether it was staged, whether it was an inside job, etc., etc. I'm specifically looking for the conspiracy that talks about the lies that were said about weapons of mass destruction so that we could go over to Afghanistan and Iraq and raid the tomb of Gilgamesh.
I found that there's a conspiracy theory claiming that the U.S. invasion of Iraq wasn't just about weapons of mass destruction. Some conspiracy theorists suggest that the real motive was to raid or retrieve artifacts from the supposed tomb of Gilgamesh, the legendary Sumerian king. The theory ties together the aftermath of 9/11, the search for weapons of mass destruction, and alleged hidden knowledge or artifacts linked to ancient Mesopotamia. According to some versions, the idea is that by gaining access to Gilgamesh's tomb, one could uncover ancient knowledge or even DNA tied to myths of immortality. It's important to remember this is speculation and not supported by credible evidence.
Okay, but I'm asking questions about how that's directly connected to Warren Powell.
I looked up information about this conspiracy connecting Colin Powell's WMD claims to the supposed tomb of Gilgamesh. Here's what I found. First, it's well documented that in February 2003, U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell presented evidence to the United Nations claiming Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. This was the widely accepted rationale for the Iraq War at the time, though Powell later expressed regret and admitted that the intelligence was faulty. None of the mainstream sources connect Powell or the WMD narrative to...
So, you wouldn't say it happened again. A U.S. government official went in front of the world and lied to our faces about what was actually happening and why they went into Iraq and Afghanistan. I wonder if that's the case for Iran. I wonder if they went in and got Gilgamesh. Let's watch this clip. You can never really trust what you want, what's on the internet. Everything I say and believe and the clips we watch and the things we talk about is all allegedly. I wasn't there. I didn't see it with my own eyes. I don't have firsthand account. I'm just like every other human on Team Human that's just looking at stuff on the internet and trying to figure out what's real and what's fake, because in today's day and age, you can never actually know, right? So my opinions are my opinions. I don't know them to be factually true.
They're spiritual entities.
This is for entertainment purposes only. And oh boy, motherfucker, do I hope that you're entertained.
So they're from here. And
oh yeah, this is Tucker Carlson talking about aliens on Joe Rogan. And I kind of resonate with this, even though I want to believe in the little grays and I don't want to believe in the reptilians because they're demonic and eat our children. But the Pleiadians, you know, the Nordics, I want to believe in like the typical alien lore type stuff. But then you have to actually think about it in this aspect too, specifically with all the deep dives that we've done live on these streams into the ancient past and the belief systems and religions and Jesus being a homunculus and et cetera, this lens that Tucker's about to describe, I can also resonate with it too. Please let me know if you resonate as well.
so they're from here, and they've been here for thousands of years, whatever they are. And it's pretty clear to me that they're spiritual entities, whatever that means. They're supernatural, and which is to say, supernatural means above the natural, above the observable nature. And they don't behave according to the laws of science as measured by people, you know, and they've been here for a long time. And there's a ton of evidence they're under the ocean and under the ground. So like with that fact set, what do you conclude?
Here's just a little thing I want to show you. Biblical angels, bro. Oh, this ain't weird. I put biblical angels, and the first thing that pulled up is said that they're clones. They're Nephilim. That these stars are biblical fallen angels or Nephilim, and most of them living in the city of angels. How weird is that? How weird is that? I just got fucking chills, bro. How weird is that? That allegedly these celebrities who potentially have been cloned or been here for a long time, you know what I'm saying, or just like use these meat suits or whatever, and they live in Los Angeles, which is the city of angels, and they could be fallen angels or Nephilim.
In my latest podcast episode releasing later today.
I want a picture. Look at that right there. Look at this. Tell me what it is, bro, because I'm going to tell you what I see, okay? I'll tell you what it is right here. I see a cherubim. Yep. Or a seraphim. Yep. That's exactly what I'm looking at from this UFO file that dropped from the US government of this thing on the right side. It looks exactly like the angels from the Bible. I'll show you the footage. Oh, I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm going to keep it muted, but I'll show you the footage. This is from the government files, bro. What the fuck is that? That's that, bro. That's that, bro. Tell me that that's not what that is, player. They're spiritual beings, homie. There might be grays too. Maybe these are the orbs and stuff, and these are the ones trying to protect the planet from the grays and the reptilians from taking over planet Earth, bro. Maybe that's what the 144,000 are the chosen ones, are the ones that are connected with the biblical angels that were sent here or incarnated in a human body so that we could save the planet from these other beings that have come from outside of our realm to fucking take our planet from us. Think about all the resources that are on planet Earth and how rare they are in the grand scheme of the entire universe. Have we found any places that have water, wood, biological life, oxygen? You know what I'm saying? crystals, minerals, granite, marble. We have gold. You know what I mean? Our planet is a rare commodity in the universe, regardless of whether you think that there are other planets that have life or not. Our planet, like, imagine, check this out. Think about all the different types of planets that you've ever even heard about, and what their compounds are, or what the atmosphere is made of. You know what I'm saying? Think about wood. Like, really think about that. Our specific planet probably is the only planet and like it that has wood. Because wood is a byproduct of life, and trees, and plant life, and water. So maybe the orb. Okay, so maybe if we're gonna pull you in close real quick, little think tank for us. Maybe the rectangle spaceship looking UFOs are the aliens trying to come over and take over planet Earth and eradicate the human species and eat our children. And maybe these type of orbs, the seraphim and cherubim, you know what I'm saying? Maybe those are like the angels of God that have been controlling this realm for a long time, and we're starting to lose it. And so they're coming here, and we're seeing more and more of them, is because they're coming here into our reality so that they can go down and incarnate into whatever baby is necessary, so that they can incarnate as a human and then have the awakening come up and then realize oh fuck, we're in a spiritual war. And then they remember oh my gosh, it's my obligation. And then they are able to enter their inner divinity because they remember that they came here on purpose. They came here with a mission. They signed a contract before incarnating to save the planet, and they came to incarnate at this time, right now. I bet some of you out there can resonate with that. I resonate with that. Oh yeah, we gotta listen. We gotta listen. We gotta listen. You are obviously. Oh fuck, here we go. I have heard about Grays shutting down nuclear weapon sites repeatedly over and over again. But a lot of that information comes from our government, and I don't trust the government.
I would now like to welcome to the stage Leora Rez, founder and executive director of Stop Anti-Semitism, a watchdog organization that publicly exposes anti-Semitic behavior, creating consequences for those who espouse bigotry toward the Jewish people.
How come they never were like this when there was bigotry towards black people? How come there weren't laws that were passed to stop people from saying the N-word? There still isn't a law passed to stop people saying the N-word, and everybody can understand that the N-word is hate speech. Regardless of how you feel, the N-word is hate speech. It's a hateful word. So how come our country didn't stop people from hating blacks? It's weird. They've never stopped our country from putting Asian cultures into concentration camps. Yeah, look that up if you don't know about that. 1940 to 1941, after Pearl Harbor. One year, all of a sudden it was okay to be Japanese in our country, and then just the next year, all of a sudden you were put in concentration camps. Just seems weird. Just pointing out the weird. It's just weird. I'm not anti-Semite. I'm not an anti-Semite at all. I don't hate anyone. I love every human. I don't believe that the governments and the power structures on planet Earth actually care about humans. And so when I speak about Israel, I'm not speaking about Jews at all. Not at all. I love all humans. But I love humans based off of their character, not the words that they say. Because words can lie, but energy doesn't. And how I can connect energy to your character is that whatever your energy is probably going to perpetuate you creating habits, and then those habits will eventually leak out and create a character that you put on for the world that you can't even see.
Leora?
You're right. What about the poor white people or the Christians that are murdered all over the country, all over the world? Do you know what I'm saying? They're not helping the white people that are getting killed and murdered in South Africa
Tonight, I speak not just about a problem, but an actual fight. A fight that the Jewish community did not choose.
Wait a second. You didn't choose by standing up for a country that allows pedophiles to run and escape America and then go to a country called Israel, and then America will never extradite those pedophiles. No, how, not even, it doesn't matter how traumatizing or how traumatic the sexual abuse was or how much it affected other humans in America. You standing here right now saying that we can't speak about Israel and the fact that they allow pedophiles to treat Israel like a safe haven. That's has nothing to do with the Jewish people, correct? That has all to do with the Israeli government, because the Jewish people don't get to decide whether the pedophiles get extradited or not. It's the Israeli government. I love the Jews. Do I? Do you? That's for you to decide. I can't tell you what to decide. Don't like or dislike anything just because I dislike and don't like it. But it's completely obvious to me. Hopefully it's obvious to you. That's probably why, if it's not obvious to you, I just hate to say it, but that's probably why we're in the position that we're in, is because it's not obvious to everybody.
But one that we are now fully engaged in, confronting the global explosion of Jew hatred.
I don't think that the global explosion of Jew hatred is a real thing. I think the global explosion of people not liking Israel because you are murdering children in multiple countries and you don't seem to care that you're just killing kids and women and innocent people. I think that's potentially why this explosion of world hatred has come around, right? I mean, it's not at all actually because you practice the Jewish religion that we as a country and as a globe are starting to dislike. What you guys are doing is because you are murdering children. Genocide is wrong.
Unleashed since the attacks of 10/7. Stop anti
10/7, which was the day that Hamas attacked Israel, and Israel waited 6 hours to send anyone to help. When a helicopter ride from where the military was to where 10/7 happened was only a 20-minute helicopter ride. So if it was only 20 minutes away, they sat there for 6 hours and just allowed whatever was happening on 10/7 to happen. That might be a problem why the world doesn't like you, is because we all know that Israel sat there and did nothing while their own people were being hurt. Why? Because they can't justify a war unless there's a big bad boogeyman called Hamas. I'm not at all condoning Hamas or Hezbollah at all. The two main proprietary militaries that Iran does, yes, fund. Either way, killing innocents is killing innocents. And that's probably why I don't like you. I want to protect the kids from the pedophiles, and I want to protect the kids from people who don't value children's lives.
Semitism was built for this. For years, we exposed hate, pressured institutions, and delivered consequences. But after 10/7, this scale of threat and the urgency of our mission changed dramatically overnight. Since that...
Right, it changed dramatically overnight. And from my observation, that means that you did whatever was necessary to paint Hamas and Hezbollah as in the darkest of darks as you possibly can, so people would be okay with you taking out a terror regime if you killed children, as long as that there was an actual terrorist threat for all the humans on planet Earth. We did fund Iran too. Honestly, if I could show you this, you know who Johnny Harris is? Johnny Harris has a video. I'm going to drop it in the Discord. There's new people up in here. I'm going to keep doing this specifically for Facebook, specifically, guys. But I do post it in the Twitch because new people come up on Twitch. I posted in all three. But, I mean, if you didn't want us to dislike you, maybe you shouldn't have blasted these horrific videos all over the internet for all of us to see just the graphic things that are happening. And then knowing that every single person on the planet is seeing on the internet the graphic things and horrible tragedies that you guys are performing, then you can't tell us that we're bad or we're stupid or that, we hate you because we notice that you kill children. Like, isn't it obvious to everyone that this anti-Semitism thing is to perpetuate the idea that we want to harm the Jewish people because we're asking questions that any human should be able to ask? Why do you think they're trying to shut down anti-Semitism as a whole? You can't even talk. They're trying to get it to the point where you can't even mention the words in a demonizing way, saying that they control the planet. Or you can't even say that there's like an evil cabal of Jews that are infiltrated the American government. Like, they're trying to pass laws to prevent us from even talking about Israel. Like, as if they continuously do. They continuously say that Israel and the Jewish people are the same thing. Much love. See you later, Red.
Not choose, but one that we are now fully engaged in, confronting the global explosion of Jew hatred, unleashed since the attacks of 10/7. Stop Anti-Semitism was built for this. For years, we exposed hate, pressured institutions, and delivered consequences. But after 10/7, the scale of threat and the urgency of our mission changed dramatically overnight. Since that day, we have featured more than 1,000 anti-Semites on our platforms. 1,000. Not theorized about them, not quietly documented them, featured.
Oh, you say that like you do quietly document things. Like there are people on there that are on these secret lists of anti-Jew whatever, and then you target them, and then you contact their jobs to try and fire them, and then you contact whoever you can contact to try and ruin their life just simply because they don't agree with you.
Them publicly, clout them platforms. We have featured more than 1,000 anti-Semites on our platforms. 1,000. Not theorized about them, not quietly documented them, feature them publicly, clearly, and with evidence. The results speak for themselves. Approximately 400 of these Jew haters have faced real consequences, including firings, suspensions, and expulsions. More than 300 of them remain in an active investigatory state across universities, corporations, DEI departments, unions, hospitals, nonprofits, and yes, unfortunately, federal government agencies. And
so basically she just said, we have infiltrated every aspect of the American culture, and that if you say anything against the Jews, we will crush you. Isn't that what she just said? You tell me. Is that what she said? I don't know. That's what I'm getting. She basically is just saying, like, we will crush you. We have influence in every single section of your country. If you say anything about us, we are going to fucking destroy your entire life, and we might even take away your freedom and put you in prison.
yes, 5 arrests to date tied directly to threats and violence of anti-Semitic conduct we helped expose. This is what accountability looks like.
What do you mean? Why? This is what accountability looks like. You said you had 5 arrests. How come we don't have 5 arrests for Jeffrey Epstein? That's weird. You're sitting there. This is what accountability looks like. Well, if accountability is accountability, it should be all across the board. It shouldn't just be for people who don't like Jews. It should be for Epstein too, unless those two things are connected.
What action looks like. This is what pushing back hard looks like against the tidal wave of hate that has consumed the United States and global population.
No, the hatred comes from the fact that all of the evidence points to one thing. You guys avoid this conversation or just call us crazy conspiracy theories, but all the evidence leads to me to believe, and this is just my opinion, that Jeffrey Epstein and the state of Israel, the government of Israel, not the people of Israel, not all of the Jews, but the government of Israel and Jeffrey Epstein seem from an outside perspective that they are connected more than they're implying. And if they're connected more than they're implying, that means that they're lying. And if they're lying, I can't trust anything that they say.
From our foundings.
Not only does the whole world think that that the Israeli state and Jeffrey Epstein are connected, we also are watching you murder children in Gaza and in Lebanon and in et cetera, et cetera. So you're trying to tell us that we should feel bad that 60 years ago some German dude killed a whole bunch of you. And that should justify the fact that potentially your government's connected to Jeffrey Epstein and that we watched you murder children for years and years and years. It just seems crazy to me how they can say that I hate Jewish people because I can see that subjectively from the evidence that is provided to me from all of the information that everybody says, talks about, verified, unverified. It's just me connecting the dots. I don't like the fact that it seems as if there's a connection to Epstein, and I didn't like the fact that we just watched you murder children and women and you're still continuously doing it. Oh, wait, there's a ceasefire, but you don't know really what's going on, right?
Stop Anti-Semitism has operated on one guiding belief. Anti-Semitism thrives when there are no consequences.
So does pedophilia. Why do you think that there's so many pedophiles in our country? Because there's no consequences. Like, isn't it obvious?
So we created consequences.
Oh, you created them. That's weird. Anybody can just create consequences now? Like, can we just collectively create consequences for the politicians that take money from Israel? Can we just create consequences for the Senate members or Congress members that are using insider information to make millions and millions of dollars? Can we just create consequences for the people who put fluoride in our water? Can we create consequences for Dr. Fauci because he orchestrated COVID? Can we create consequences for the people that knew that petroleum-based products were bad for the environment and for humans and still mass produce them and turn them into plastic, and now plastic has overwhelmed our entire planet? Do you know what I'm saying? If we can just create consequences, let's just start creating some. I have a clip after this. I have to search this up.
A lot of them.
Oh, a lot of consequences. They've created a lot of consequences. Why does a foreign government get to just decide to create consequences in our country?
We created visibility. We turned the spotlight towards those who targeted on our community, making silence impossible.
Well, you just said you put the spotlight on those that are targeting our community. And unfortunately, ma'am, I feel like your country is targeting my community. I'm putting the spotlight on who I feel is targeting my community.
On campuses where Jewish...
It could be a dude. You're right. It could be another Brigitte Macron right there. They've gotten really good. You know what I mean? They've gotten really good at this transition thing. You know what I mean? Especially when for the few years that they brainwashed all of us or a majority of us that it was okay to transition kids. What if that was all just practice so that the adult people who changed their gender and identity, they could just perfect it from a very young age?
Students were hunted through libraries, where professors glorified Hamas and Hezbollah terrorists, where mobs shut down our buildings and administrators hid under desks. We stepped in. We documented the offenders. We worked with attorneys, lawmakers, and victim families. And we ensured the message was not mistakable. If you target Jewish students, your actions will not disappear into the darkness. We will shine a light on you that, thanks to Google and SEO, will follow you for the rest of your life.
What about the people who just go into schools and shoot kids? You know, how come we haven't tackled that, you know? Unless you potentially believe all of those are just Manchurian candidates and patients of MK Ultra, which allegedly they could be, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just seems kind of crazy that this woman, that's in the embassy of Israel, is lecturing us about the protection of her peoples when we are labeled as haters, that we hate Jews, we're anti-Semites, that we are just speaking out and talking about wanting to protect our peoples. It's obvious that our peoples need protected from your peoples. Your peoples just proved in real time to every single American citizen that if you have enough money that you can buy out a politician's way into our government. It's insane, right? To think that, the person who beat Tom Massey got like somewhere allegedly like $32 million in campaign donations. You know what I mean? It just proved in real time that all of this stuff is potentially a lot more of an illusion than most people think.
When you look for a job, when you look for a spouse, when you look for a nanny, when you look for anything, our work will always be documented. Again, thanks to Google and SEO.
Basically, if you ever make a comment anywhere on the internet about anything that they deem as anti-Semitism, it will follow you forever. It's almost like your credit score. You're going to have like a anti-Semitism credit score. It's like they're going to track you for all of time. It's like a felony, bro, that stays on your record, and you can't get certain jobs because of a felony. If you say anything anti-Semitic, you're not even going to be able to provide for yourself because they're going to make sure you can't even work.
In corporations where DEI leaders smeared Israel, excused Hamas, we pressured CEOs.
That's how I want to point out right there, that's how they get you, bro, is they paint you to be someone who supports the terror group. They paint you to be somebody who supports the horrific things that they did to the kids in Israel or the people in Israel. They keep reminding us of this event that happened on October 7th. But isn't that like the same thing as them keep reminding us about the thing that happened in World War II? They just wanted to make it like more applicable in real time so they could continuously shove it down your throat to make and force you feel like a piece of shit if you ask any questions because of what the horrible things Hamas did and Hamas needs to be taken out. If we're going to talk about the horrible and horrific things that, yes, Hamas did and Hamas continues to do and Hamas has done and Hezbollah has done, they have done horrific things. But in the grand scheme of things, the only lens I look through is that all human life is valuable unless you hurt women and children. Isn't that what a man is supposed to be? Isn't that supposed to be just like instinctively inside of our DNA to protect women and children if you're a man? That's what I feel. But for some reason, they can kill women and children, but the other people who kill women and children are terrorists.
Resigned, many were terminated, but policies were changed, thankfully, from governmental to art institutions. Online, where anonymous accounts spread violent threats, we traced patterns, elevated evidence, and worked with authorities, leading to arrests from Florida, South Carolina, New York, California, and Texas.
She basically just told you that they have violated our First Amendment and got people arrested for free speech. That's literally what she said.
And we're not slowing down, sadly. We're from Israel, excused Hamas. We pressured CEOs. Some resigned. Many were terminated. But policies were changed, thankfully, from governmental to art institutions. Online, where anonymous accounts spread violent threats, we traced patterns, elevated evidence, and worked with authorities.
Elevated evidence. What does that mean? Wouldn't she say provided evidence? You know what I'm saying? Why did she say elevated evidence?
Online, where anonymous accounts spread violent threats, we traced patterns, elevated evidence, and worked with authorities, leading to arrests from Florida, South Carolina, New York, California, and Texas.
That's how many people have been arrested for their free speech.
And we're not slowing down, sadly. Today, Stop Anti-Semitism, I'm proud to say, runs one of the most robust anti-Semitic enforcement operations in the United States.
What if one of those data centers is all just to compile anti-Semitism things so that they can literally eradicate it or make every single person in our country so scared to say anything about them at all?
Monitoring campuses, digital networks, activist groups, and public officials, documenting incidents in real time and mobilizing millions of people, of allies that are quietly by our side.
I'm done listening to her, bro. I'm not trying at all to scare you or instill fear. I'm just trying to provide you with the things that are on the internet and my interpretation of it. Do I know any of this stuff is true? No. Am I an anti-Semite? No. I love all humans and I value all human life, regardless of what your skin color is, what your spiritual beliefs are, where you grew up, etc. As long as you don't hurt women and children. Shouldn't that just be like how it is? Innocent, as I should say. I shouldn't say just women and children. I should say innocent people. Innocent people should not be hurt. You're right. Isn't this what isn't it? It seems as if you could potentially and allegedly look at it through the lens of like, didn't Hitler kind of do that? If I'm being honest, I don't really like to say that name because it's a key word that gets you flagged places. All of a sudden people are paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Algorithms are looking at you. But it seems maybe if you looked at the information that was provided to us during World War II, of the tragedy that happened during World War II, all the human lives, whatever country they were from, a lot of them were just young men that were being told to go sacrifice their lives because other men were arguing. Other men wanted power. Other men wanted more. And that's what would happen. That's happening today. Old men are arguing and can't come to the understanding of an agreement. And so they're wanting to send young humans to just go sacrifice themselves for their argument. I love all humans. It doesn't matter. The human experience is one of the most beautiful things that have ever existed for all of time. And we have been programmed to take it for granted. Yeah. And you're right. I have showed this stream many times. My name's getting searched in Israel all the time, bro. I'm already on a list, bro. I basically already have the fucking tattoo on my arm for the concentration camp that I'm going to be put in. I'm not trying to scare you. We can listen to what the German MEP Kristen Anderson said, though.
This whole COVID madness,
this is a few years old. But I've seen it and it applies right now.
So-called pandemic, it was just a test balloon. A gigantic test balloon. Well, for what, you ask? Well, to see how far they could go. To see what exactly they would have to do to get free individuals in a free and democratic society to consent to being forced into compliance. That's what they were trying to establish. That's what they were trying to figure out. And they have figured it out. Trust me, they are much smarter now. The goal ultimately is to transform our free and democratic societies, into totalitarian societies. Their goal is to strip each and every one of us of our fundamental rights of freedom, democracy, the rule of law. They want to get rid of all of this. This whole COVID thing had never anything to do with public health. It never had anything to do with breaking waves.
It never had anything to do with health. You're right, Apple Juice. Timu Ghislaine Maxwell. It does kind of look like her. But you're right. You know what I'm saying? It was never about health. If it was about health, then how come the only time you get health care is when you're in prison? Whenever you only get free health care when you're incarcerated. And then all of a sudden they were giving away free Krispy Kreme donuts if you went and got vaccinated. Watch. Yeah, what? Free Krispy Kreme donuts to get vaccinated? Whoa. Whoa, whoa. What are you talking about, Trevor? Hey, Perplexity.
Hey there, how's it going? What can I help you with today?
I heard some crazy claims that during the COVID pandemic, after the vaccine had come out, that there was like a whole bunch of companies that were giving away free products to incentivize people to get registered or to get the vaccine. Can you provide the information on that?
During the COVID-19 vaccine rollout, a number of companies did offer freebies and perks to encourage vaccination. For example, Krispy Kreme offered a free donut to anyone showing a vaccination card for all of 2021. Breweries like Samuel Adams and Budweiser gave free beers, while restaurants like Shake Shack and Junior's offered free food items. There were also promotions like free Super Bowl tickets, free museum passes, and free rides from Lyft or Uber. Some states even had programs like West Virginia's $100 savings bonds for young adults, and the NFL gave away Super Bowl tickets as part of a vaccination encouragement plan. This was a broad effort by many businesses and organizations to boost vaccination rates, and most of them were limited time offers in 2021.
Weird. Y'all remember when Travis fucking Kelty fucking did the commercial, bro? Y'all remember? You guys remember, bro. Where was you guys? Don't you remember the commercial, bro? I swear, Travis Kelce did like a double jab commercial. Oh, Spencer Pratt. Right there. What is that? Oh, Pfizer, get the fucking vaccine. He's got two. If he's got two Band-Aids on there, he's telling you get the double booster. What the fuck? Pfizer paid him $20 million and promised him he could date Taylor Swift forever. Maybe allegedly, I don't know if that's true, but they gave him $20 million to appear in a Pfizer commercial promoting the COVID vaccine. What the fuck? And here's another reason why I'm potentially up on a list somewhere, bro. I'm up on a list somewhere. What's up, Summer Breeze? How many people we got on YouTube? Let's see. We got 3 on YouTube. Love you, YouTube. Thank you for being here, YouTube. We got 20 people on Twitch. What's up, Twitch? Team Human up in the chat. And we got 5 people up here on Facebook. Thank you guys for showing up. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And here's another reason why I'm probably on a list somewhere, bro. On the exact same day the FBI opened a child sex trafficking case on Jeffrey Epstein in 2018, allegedly from these documents, which the EFTAs are on the bottom. I can just go pull. We'll just go pull this document, actually. I don't need to look at these documents. I can just pull it up myself. EFTA 001645551. Oh no, I did it wrong. EFTA 001645551. He's like, what if it was like fucking, you take the 20 million from Pfizer, and because he knows that it's propaganda and that it's being pushed on the people, he's like, yeah, Taylor Swift, yeah, Travis Kelce, allegedly, you need a handler. And then all of a sudden they're married and shit and love each other. You know what I mean? You need a handler. Oh, you guys know about whokilledthescientist.com? Here's a plug. There's a plug for you, Kevin. I love you, homie. I wasn't necessarily trying to come here, but if you guys want to keep up with the information about all of the missing scientists, go check out whokilledthescientists.com. I'll drop it right here in the chat. Oh, I can't do that. I got to go to web first and drop this in here before we move forward because I have that copied. But then I can come over here. Who killed the scientists.com? Refresh it. Get it up here. Copy it. Drop it in there. Check it out. It's the homies website. Love you, Kevin. Who killed the scientists.com, bro? It's got all of them, bro. He's got a little freaking map over here with the world and all the different pieces. He's got all the updates as of May 18th, 2026. They released the UFO files, which was right after all of these guys just were in the news about going missing and all the weird connections being made. Who killed the scientist.com? Check it out. All right, but let's just look up this EFTA real fast. Oh, you found it, did you? Thanks for finding that page for me, bud. I wasn't necessarily asking about Netanyahu, but I was up here in this chat already. So let me just go like this. I just need this EFTA player. Shout out Web. Can everybody put Web in the chat? If you don't know what Web is a platform that Ian Carroll and the homie Kevin and the other developers created, which allows me to look at all of the UFO files, all the cold case files, everything in the FBI vault, the Jeffrey Epstein files, the 9/11 FIOA government records archive, and then just all the sacred texts, Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Judaism. It allows me to just be able to quickly search and look at documents that would otherwise take you hours and hours and hours and hours to go through. Here's the document. Okay. Is that pull up the docky? There it is. Where's the document at? Yeah, we love Kevin. He is a glorious human. He is a glorious human. All right, real quick. Let's just get another little jump in people on YouTube real quick. Let me just drop this YouTube link. We got 2 people. I'm going to go drop it up in my chat over here on Facebook. All right. Oh, where's my mouse at? There it is. Okay, here we are with the sulfuric acid on Little St. James. St. James. It says that it is for a reverse osmosis water treatment plant. The clip said on the day that he was indicted in 2018. Let me look what date it said. In 2018, let's see here. February 28th. February 2017, right there. Bryce Gordon emails Epstein about collaborating a sulfuric acid injection. Of course, if they were allegedly, of course, if they were saying, yeah, we need a bunch of sulfuric acid to get rid of a whole bunch of evidence, then we need to have it now. But obviously, we can't say, hey, we need a whole bunch of sulfuric acid to get rid of evidence. So they would say, hey, we need sulfuric acid so that we can treat the water on the island because there's too much calcium inside of it. Weird. Smeared. Smeared as hell, bro. I don't know, but there it is. There's the EFTA right there. The EFTA right there. Here's another one from Daphne Wallace ships 2 pallets of sulfuric acid in May 30th, 2018. January 4th, 2019. A shipment confirmed on Little St. James for another shipment of sulfuric acid. Like, Jesus Christ, how much sulfuric acid is needed to clean this system? That seems like a lot of sulfuric acid. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? I don't know, bro. I'm tripping the fuck out, bro. Oh, I got one for you. This one's a weird one, but we're going to come over here for a second before we talk about that. I'm going to keep playing this. I got to pee and get a drink. I'll be right back.
That I want to draft. Vote for me and I will take your child and send him to go die for Israel. Is that actually a campaign pledge? He made that pledge. So Massey's point is, this guy who refused to have a single debate with the incumbent, not one, who has no obvious support in the district, this guy only has a chance because AIPAC, from whom I've never taken $1, the only Republican who's never taken money from AIPAC is on his side. That's Thomas Massey's position, to which CBS News and Mark Levin and all the other dumb people in MAGA world, that's anti-Semitic. Really now. Let's see what AIPAC has to say about it. Minutes after Massey was declared the loser, AIPAC, the dreaded AIPAC, whose name we're not allowed to say, AIPAC sent out this tweet in public on Twitter. Here's what they said. We're quoting, pro-Israel Americans are proud to help defeat anti-Israeli candidates. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. And good politics, exclamation point. In other words, the second Massey loses, AIPAC announces, we did it. We did it. We bumped this guy off. He criticized us. We're literally an unregistered foreign lobby who exists not to help the United States or its citizens, but a foreign country that couldn't exist without our aid anyway, whose aims are so far from ours that they are hurting us gravely, whose population may love Trump, but in a lot of ways hate Christian Americans. That's why they're spitting on nuns. That country doesn't like this member of Congress, therefore we're going to take him out. And by the way, we did. Oh. So in other words, AIPAC is saying out loud something that if you said out loud might get you fired from your job or investigated by the Trump DOJ, which, by the way, has just announced a multi-city anti-Semitism tour led by Leo Terrell, the chief of anti-Semitism enforcement or something, a Fox News contributor with, I think, 11 IRS liens against him over more than 10 years. A guy who's sort of wonder, like, how'd you get into...
All right, I'm back, guys. I'm sorry you guys left. Did you guys leave? Did you guys leave, bro? Who's here? Who's here? If you're here, say, hey, girl, what's up, dude? Hey, girl, or what's up, dude? You could say either one. It's either hey, girl, hey, or it's what's up, dude? What's up, dude? She. No, I didn't get more hot bean juice. I actually got goy slop. It's a Celsius. Yes, my love, I'm drinking your Celsius. Bro, I've been fired up today, bro. Can you guys feel it, bro? I've been fired up. There's been some times, boy, we're just getting up into some shit where you just can't fucking just beat around the bush anymore. You just gotta fucking just say it, bro. You know what I mean? Mando, what's up? I see you. Julie. I love you, Julie. I'm gonna show you this, bro. I've been fucking fuming over it all week, actually. The stencil that I'm putting on your shirt to send to Mexico, which is so cool. I love that I send stuff out of country to Mexico. I love you. Julie is a blessing. She's just shown me so much love. She saves dogs in Mexico, bro. She's an angel. Okay. But I just want to show you that it was supposed to be here on Tuesday, May 19th. And now it says next fucking week, bro. I'm so mad. It's never happened before like this long. I've had some delays, for a few days, but I ain't never had like a 2-week delay, bro. I'm upset about it, but I can't allow it to bother me. I'm autistic, so when I get really upset about things, it just fucking just festers inside of me. It takes me a long time to energetically calm myself. You know what I mean? You need a quick break to shake our sillies out? Okay. So I guess shake them out. You're right, Brittany. You're right. That actually did make me feel a lot better. Thank you for that. Oh, man. I feel better. Thank you. I feel so much better. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I was getting a little winded right there. I was trying to move every part of my body, bro. Cheers, mate. I love you. There's just so much love in my heart. No hate never in my heart. There's no hate in my heart. No, never, ever. I don't even like, I get mad and upset at my kids when they use the word hate. It's all love. It's all love. What's up, dude? Everyone's up in here. Let's fucking go, dude. Cobra Kai, Julie, Summer Breeze. I see you on YouTube. What's up? What's up? I see the squad's up in here on Twitch. We got if you're here on Facebook, say what's up. Please smash the like button a bunch of times. It helps the algorithm out. I'm telling you, it helps us out, bro. They don't want me to talk on the internet. They've been suppressing me, bro. They've been suppressing me. They've been suppressing me. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. What the fuck is this, bro? What in the fuck is this? I'm gonna mute it because I don't want to get hit for copyright. But if you notice right at the very beginning, it's gonna zoom in. Look at his eyes. Look at those demon eyes. Look how weird his fucking... You can see the mask is like not stretched on correctly around the ear. You know what I mean? Mind you, look at he's got a bald head, and I don't know, his ears look way huge. His ears look huge, almost as if like some silicone type thing, or maybe it's like they've been able to synthetically create a stretchy type skin material by now. Look at you can see all the stretches. You're telling me right now that this dude is so old that he's got hella wrinkles on his eyes. Look at the quadruple, look at the 5 chin from the flap from the neck mask, fucking all just bunching up away, bro. His eyes, you can see it in his eyes, bro. Look at this. You can see the slits in his eyes, dude. You're telling me right now that's not a fucking reptile, bro? You're telling me that's not a reptile, bro? The Simpsons, they did warn us. Straight, look at the comments. Just straight reptiles everywhere. Y'all ready for this, Simpson? Look at, yeah, you guys remember that shit? How's this? Just like that, bro. The alien with the skin suit, bro, for Men in Black. That is not real. Crazy. Okay, ready to hear this?
A large part of the carbon.
Sorry, I'm having to subject you guys to these demons, but let's listen to old Bill Gates talk to us about cow farts.
have in the atmosphere now is caused by the electricity grid, which is about 25% or so.
Exactly.
So 24% it comes from agriculture and forestry. Why is that causing such a big increase in carbon?
Cows and other grass-eating species.
Oh, grass-eating species? You mean like the ones that we eat? The ones, you know, that we use for meat?
Have a digestion system that emits methane, and methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas.
My question is, doesn't it feel weird to listen to a dude who's literally trying to get us to eat lab-grown meat? He's talking about his competitors. Like, really think about that. If he's a lab-grown meat guy, his competitors are the cows, bro, and the chickens, and the pigs, and all the animals we eat.
And so cows alone account for about 6% of global emissions.
Cow farts alone count for 6% of global emissions.
And so we need to change cows, just cows alone.
Yeah, but there's McDonald's everywhere, right? How come McDonald's isn't speaking out about the cows, you know? They don't care about their cows, or they're okay with just switching it over to allegedly human meat or this lab-grown meat. There's some crazy conspiracies about human meat. I don't know what to believe. I haven't eaten McDonald's in like 5 years, to be honest with you. To be honest, I'm going to tell you a little secret. My kids are actually really good kids, and they're very well behaved. And so there are certain times where I allow them to perceive that they're breaking the rules. Like when they're singing music, I don't make them censor themselves, you know, because that just makes it, they can sing the song how the song was written. They don't have to censor themselves from singing if there's a swear word, because they're not allowed to say it. And then also, whenever they've been doing that, I started doing this a long time ago. They were really, really young, so it's kind of implanted in them. But whenever we drive past McDonald's, it doesn't happen all the time anymore, but it did for a long time. Anytime we'd drive past McDonald's, my kids would say, "Fuck you, poison." I'm a good dad. I love my kids so much.
You're gonna do that?
Well, actually, of all the categories, the one that has gone better than I would have expected 5 years ago is this work to make what's called artificial meat.
Whoa, let's go back just a little bitty.
For about 6% of global emissions. And so we need to change cows, just cows alone.
How are we going to do that?
Well, actually, of all the categories, the one that has gone better than I would have expected 5 years ago is this work to make what's called artificial meat. And so you have people like Impossible or Beyond Meat, both of which I invested in.
Wait, he's like, come on, where are my pattern recognizers, my neurodivergence, high functioning ADHD and autism? Is he literally trying to convince everyone to buy his product and to switch to his product because cows are bad? You know, that's insane, bro. He just in the economic club in Washington D.C. He just plugged his fucking brand, bro. 2 of his brands right after he told you that cows are the problem.
Of global emissions. And so we need to change cows, just cows alone.
How are we going to do that?
Well, actually, of all the categories, the one that has gone better than I would have expected 5 years ago is this work to make what's called artificial meat.
Was that before or after you were telling people to take the COVID vaccine that you helped fund?
And so you have people like Impossible or Beyond Meat, both of which I invested in.
You eat it as well, and you like it?
Absolutely.
You do.
You can go to
Burger King and buy the Impossible Burger.
All right. Is it healthier for you or just healthier for the atmosphere?
It's slightly healthier for you in terms of less cholesterol. It's, of course, dramatic reduction in...
Wait a second. I swear I heard something as of recently. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I heard recently that we have studies now that show that cholesterol isn't as bad as it has been, I guess, said to be in the past.
There's been a shift in how we view cholesterol. Recent studies show that dietary cholesterol, like the cholesterol found in eggs and butter, doesn't have as strong a link to heart disease as once thought. The American Heart Association now suggests keeping dietary cholesterol as low as possible without compromising nutrition, but it's not considered the main villain anymore. However, blood cholesterol, especially LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol, still matters because too much can lead to plaque buildup and heart disease. HDL, or
Right, but if you have the good cholesterol from eating good cholesterol, then there would be no bad cholesterol. That was just a follow-up to say that cholesterol is still bad, in my opinion. But it seems as if that he's asked if it was more healthy, and the thing that he said was cholesterol. Like, are you worried about cholesterol if you're going to fucking Burger King and getting a supersized meal, bro? Come on, get real, motherfucker.
cholesterol. It's, of course, dramatic reduction in methane emissions.
So he said it's not really better for the human. It's just better for the environment.
Animal cruelty, manure management, and the pressure that meat consumption puts on land use. The main reason why we need to increase the agricultural output over the rest of this century is not the population increase. It's that as countries get richer, they eat more meat, and meat is a very inefficient way of creating calories.
Wait a second. Didn't Bill Gates create like the first kind of computer And so he's all about data as well. What if all of this is also allegedly connected to the fact that he wants to restrict cow emissions so that certain farms will shut down and when that have been open for 50 years, or ranchers will lose their ranch because of regulations due to the cows. And then when they lose their ranch, Bill Gates will just come and swoop it right up and buy the property and then maybe put a data center right there. Or maybe they'll put a plant that makes lab grown meat. I don't know. Seems crazy, huh? Speaking of lab-grown meat, this is an interesting video. It is in Hebrew, so you will have to read the either the subtitles, or you are going to have to just get the idea from the image, the visuals. Netanyahu visits a meat printing factory stakeholder.
תעשייתית שפיתחנו, שמיועדת להחליף משחטה. לשאלתך לפני כן, כוח מורטוענית המדפסת אותו בתאי גזע, שאנחנו יודעים למעל לשריר ולשומן, ויודעת...
Doesn't that just look dystopian? He's like, we're able to print tons of meat right here.
טונות ביום. טונות.
Tons, like 2,000 pound tons. Tons of cultivated meat per day.
של בשר מתורבת ביום. זה רק לשם ההמחשה, אתה תוכל לבחור את הסטייק שלך, והמדפסת...
You can just simply select whatever steak you want and the printer will print it.
תתחיל לשחרר סטייקים בקצב תעשייתי. סירליון, לא יודע אם אתה אוהב יותר שומן או פחות שומן.
You can specify what the fat percentage you want in the steak.
באמצע, view order, slide to print. ופה בעצם המדפסת מתחילה לייצר סטייקים, והייחודיות פה היא שתאי הגזע נשארים חיים אחרי
The uniqueness is that the cells remain alive after they're printed. What the fuck does that mean?
מודפסים, סטייק יהיה מוכן בסביב הדקה.
It will be ready in 1 minute.
דקה. השלב פה הוא שווה ערך לשלב שבו הפרה נולדת פצע, הפרה לוקח שנתיים.
Since the cow was born, its growth for 2 years.
עד שהיא נשחטת, היא מזהמת את העולם.
During which it pollutes the world.
בתהליך, פה זה תהליך שהוא הרבה יותר קצר.
We make this process much shorter. What the fuck, bro? No land, no water, no carbon footprint, no emissions.
בלי פליטות ובלי כלום. איפה הסטייק? הסטייק עכשיו מודפס, ועכשיו אנחנו נעבור
This is future McDonald's. That's weird. We were just talking about McDonald's and he said that.
זה המקדונלדס של העתיד. כן, זה המקדונלדס, זו הקצבייה והמשחטה של העתיד. פאסט פוד. וההפתעה פה בעצם, אנחנו משיקים היום גם את המדפסת הזו.
We're launching this semi-industrial printer today.
שהיא סמי תעשייתית, ובואו נעבור למדפסת השנייה, שזה השקה העולמית שלנו, שמדפיסה דג. פה, זו מדפסת שמדפיסה מוצר שהוא מוכן לטיגון, מה שנקרא ready to...
The printer prints a product that is ready to cook.
מכיל תאים אמיתיים, אנחנו מדפיסים בו בעצם פילי לוקוס. אין לו חברה שיודעת לעשות דבר כזה. מכיל תאים אמיתיים.
It contains real fish cells. They can do it with fish.
כ3 דקות
About 3 minutes to print.
לוקוס עם טקסטורה מורכבת. אפשר לסגור אותה ונראה לכם כבר זה מוכן. תן לה להדפיס. ככה זה נראה. תתחם את זה עוד רגע. פילי לוקוס מתורבת, שהודפס.
A cultured grouper fillet that is printed without using the fish itself. What is it then?
מבלי בעצם משתמש בזה. זה מוכן. פעם ראשונה בעולם שדבר כזה קורה.
Fucking weird, bro. No. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to pull this one up. It just seems weird right here. Why is, Oprah Winfrey, she just seemed to hang out with a whole bunch of grapers and fucking perverts, pedophiles. I wonder if Oprah is a handler, you know what I mean, for the pedophiles. That's a crazy conspiracy to go down, right? Seems weird to me. Oh, yeah, this is a Dutch political commentator, Eva Vlaardingenbroek. Eva Vlaardingenbroek on the WEF's, the World Economics Plan to impose a personal carbon allowance connected to digital ID under the guise of tackling the imaginary climate crisis.
Digital identity is not just a passport that you will have on your iPhone in a digital form. It entails just about everything the government would like to know about you. And yesterday in the Dutch media, we saw a perfect example of what it could entail in the near future. We had the CEO of one of the largest Dutch banks say, why don't we start with a personal carbon credit?
Oh.
A carbon wallet, she called it actually. Yeah. So right in line with that the World Economic Forum people have for us. And she said it in a way that was particularly funny. She said, well, if everyone gets an individual personal carbon credit, why don't we make it so that rich people who, for example, want to go on holiday a little too often can buy personal carbon credit from other people who, for example, can't afford buying plane tickets or eating meat too often. So we can that way...
Eating meat too often? Wow.
Swap it out.
Oh, so if Bill Gates or Leonardo DiCaprio's carbon footprint is getting a bit too big, then some peasant living in his hovel up country somewhere can sell his, and he can't afford to go to Saint-Tropez, but he'll be able to sell his carbon allowance to Leonardo DiCaprio so Leonardo can park his yacht in Saint-Tropez for a couple of extra days.
Exactly right. That's it. So what will happen is the rich will get richer, the poor will get poorer, and they're saying it openly as if it's not a controversial thing at all. It's neo-feudalism. That's what it is.
Die uitstootrechten verdelen en dat elk huis...
Let's ensure that every household or every citizen in the Netherlands receives a certain amount of carbon emission rights.
Zodat elke burger een hoeveelheid uitstootrechten krijgt, zodat we...
This way we can ensure that we do not emit more than our yearly limit.
Geteld, ja, niet meer uitstoten dan onze grens.
Your emission rights will be stored in a carbon wallet.
Vervolgens kunnen we, het zit in een carbon wallet, kan je dat noemen?
Kan je bijkopen.
Ja, en dan...
So if I want to fly, I buy some carbon emission rights from someone who can't afford to fly, for example.
Oh ja, als ik wil vliegen, koop van iemand die niet gaat vliegen, omdat hij daar bijvoorbeeld geen geld voor heeft. Die verkoopt aan mij zijn carbon uitstoot.
This way, this poor person can earn some extra money. Isn't that just like let them eat cake, you know? That way, this poor person can just have a little bit more coins.
En krijgt daardoor een beetje meer geld. Of diegene
Or if someone lives in a small house, he can sell his emission rights to someone who lives in a big house. That way, poor people can benefit from the green economy.
woont in een kleiner huurhuis en ik woon in een groot huis. Ik heb dus meer uitstootrechten nodig om mijn huis te verwarmen. En zo kunnen mensen met een smalle portemonnee ook iets verdienen aan vergoeding.
Interesting. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. What a grand old day it's been today. How has your guys' morning been? Sorry, not morning. We're trying to get away from that. Sometimes I slip up. How was the start of your day? How about that? How was the start of this blessed Friday, bro? I get to go get my kids. I get them on two of my kids every other weekend and then one weekday visit a week. It's going to be good, bro. It's going to be good, bro. See, this is where it gets kind of crazy, right? We see all these things regarding what they're doing in the Netherlands, right? With this carbon wallet. Do you not realize that potentially the tech companies and the things that would be needed to track this carbon wallet are all the probably countries that, you know, are the biggest tech companies in the world, the AI companies right now, potentially, right? It's just another way for them to track everybody. And do you think that if us here in America, that those tech companies aren't going to pay whoever's necessary to pay to roll out whatever's necessary to roll out so they can test it somewhere? Test the system. That's like the first thing you're supposed to do when you build a system is to test the system, right? Before you like put it out. But this is like something you can't really test. They need to be able to test and make sure that it could hold the capacity of data of America, especially with all the things that they're potentially or allegedly trying to censor and stop us from doing and seeing and hearing and feeling, etc. That's why I say when I say if America falls, bro, everybody goes, because America is the last place, bro. Most other countries don't allow free speech, bro. We've seen some of them talking about it today, player. That 5 people have been arrested in America for their exercising their freedom of speech and saying stuff that the government deemed to be anti-Semitic. You guys want to do a couple deep breaths with me real quick? I feel elevated today, bro. I feel like I need a baseline, bro. Breathing is so good for you, dude. Because we get in these moods, right? And our emotions fluctuate. And our body has a natural mechanism with our breath that most of the time we're on this automatic breathing, right? But when you intentionally breathe, there's something magical that will happen, bro. Think about it. Unless you choose to intentionally breathe, how often are you filling your entire lungs to full capacity with oxygen? Man, I feel better. I feel an energetic shift, do you? Even if you couldn't completely breathe the whole time I was breathing and you only took a couple deep breaths, you know what the breath does? Not only calm you down energetically, but when you intentionally breathe, player, it forces your consciousness into the present moment. Because the act of intentionally breathing, it takes your attention. It's automatic, you know what I'm saying? So the act to do it, it takes your attention to do it. It takes your consciousness and your awareness and your perception and hones it in on you breathing in this present moment. There's so much magic that happens from intentional breathing, and I encourage all of you every single day to at least take 1 minute and just take some deep breaths, bro. It's consciousness, bro. If you stop breathing, what's the very first thing that happens, dude? Your heart doesn't stop. Your brain doesn't stop. You pass the fuck out. You're breathing in, you fall unconscious. You're breathing in consciousness. I love you. If nobody's told you today, I'm proud of you. And I will see you guys on Monday. Maybe a Sunday one. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can get Queen Trip up in here on a Sunday. Have a blessed day. Smile today. Do something kind for a stranger. Fuck, if you can't figure that one out, just do something kind for yourself. This weekend's all about self-care. Self-care looks differently for everybody. Self-care might be sleeping in on a Saturday morning. Self-care might be taking care of your plants inside of your house. Self-care might be just deciding today, you know what, I'm done vaping. Oh, you know, today I'm done freaking drinking soda pop. Maybe self-care is like, yep, this weekend I'm going to exercise. Self-care comes in all ways. Maybe self-care means you just need a day to just decompress and do nothing. Only you know what you need, player. And sometimes all you need right now in real time is a reminder. You're the important one. Take care of yourself. Listen to the voice that says you need to rest, because we're entering a phase where the word burnout is becoming predominant. Like, I'm about to burn out. I'm about to crash out. Why is that becoming cool and popular to say? All that means is that you're not listening to your body, bro. Because if you listen to your body, you'll never get to the point where you crash out, bro. You'll never get to the point where you're about to burn out, dude, because you have listened to your body and know that rest is sacred, bro. Why do you think your body heals when you sleep? Rest is sacred. Listen to your body when you need rest, but also actively stay active. You know what I mean? 10,000 steps, doing things that are hard. Oh, you know what I'm saying? There's just so much stuff, you know. The time is now. Can't we just see, bro? Can we not just see right now, bro, that the fucking war for our spirits is happening now? It's not happening tomorrow, bro. It's not happening next week when, you know, you just keep putting it off until next week. The spiritual war is now, bro. Can we not see it? We talk about it every day on the stream. We are in the spiritual war. There's no procrastinating anymore. There's no more telling yourself and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, knowing that your soul is telling you to get healthy and to eat good and drink good and live good and fuck good and laugh good. Come on, you guys. Health is wealth. And we need everyone on the planet that's still human to be spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally as healthy as possible, bro, or the demons are going to win. The reptilians are going to take over. The slavery and the surveillance state is going to happen. It's time to worry about you. Because they've brainwashed us to think that caring about ourselves is selfish. What time are my streams? Check this out. If you just join the Discord, you'll know every time we go live. But they've brainwashed us. The programming is so deep that they've convinced us that caring about us is bad. that we should care about others and other things more than we do us. That's in every capacity, that your spiritual health isn't 100% necessary. Your spiritual health is all of it, bro. Because your spiritual self, whether you want to call it God, whether you want to call it the universe, whether you want to call it source, whether you call it Jesus, whether you call it Krishna, whether you call it Muhammad, God is everyone and all of those together, because the message is all there, and it's just there, and it's been there for all of us. We all have this inner divinity that we know what is right and what is wrong. We know what is right and what is wrong, bro. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me, Porter. Thank you for reaching the end of the stream. I'm trying my best to save this until the very end. If you want to support my channel, you can head over to tripoverdrip.shop. We got a whole bunch of stuff. The algorithms are going to algorithm, bro. They're going to the suppression, the censorship, the free speech. We're under attack, player. Going over to tripoverdrip.com. It says sold out. That's not real. This is just for like, because my IP address is for a different country probably. But we got a whole bunch of stuff. Tripoverdrip.shop. I'll drop it in all three chats. It's been dropped in the Twitch chat. Just got dropped in the Facebook chat. Just got dropped in the... It won't let me put that in the chat. It won't let me put tripoverdrip.shop. Okay, it wouldn't let me put the www. It wouldn't let me drop a link to my website for some reason in the live chat. That's weird. It's me. Why can't I do that? That's crazy. We got all sorts of stuff. We got some new merch coming on the way. We did pick this weekend we will announce in the Discord. And then obviously on a live stream later, but we will announce on the Discord. We'll tell the two people who won the merch contest. So if you're in the Discord and you see merch contest, put all of your cool, crazy, creative ideas for Trip Over Drip merch up in there. And every once in a while, you know what I mean? This was for April. It's now almost the end of May. We're going to pick a couple, put them on some shirts, maybe put on a coffee cup. We could do, you know what I'm saying? We do have these cool new tote bags that are made out of 100% recyclable jeans, because recycling is all fake, bro. It just gets shipped to another country, and then that country's environment gets just all these toxins into the environment because they just ship it to a different country. Everything we throw away, plastics, all of it just goes to different countries, and they just have to deal with the environmental toxins of basically America's waste. So it being recyclable is important to me. 100% cotton is important to me, because if we have plastic in our fucking clothes, bro, it fucks with our electromagnetic field and the frequency around us. You know what I'm saying? It fucks with our ability to connect energetically and at the quantum level to the matrix that we live in. If there's plastic around us, in us, around us, like we eat with it, get rid of the plastic. So I try my best that everything is 100% cotton. And with that, you beautiful humans. And with that, you beautiful humans. Thank you, Team Human. Thank you, Team Human. I hope that through my energy, you can vibrate and resonate with the idea of Team Human in a world where humanity is at war. It's a spiritual war. They're everywhere. Not only are they demons and aliens and politicians and reptilians and AI bots and all that and homunculus and fuck, man. It means something to be human. And I love the fact that I get to share this with you. I hope you all have a blessed weekend. Like I said, show yourself that you love yourself. See you on Sunday night. I think Queen Trip just verified a Sunday night stream. It will probably be around, we could say, 6, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 6 or 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We love you so much. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Do the balloons, do the balloons, do the balloons.